So now I will assign the 13 LEDs belongs to the first switch and 12 LEDs belongs to the second switch. So now I will add one more switch here. Okay, and then I will take one more resistor, so that is connected with ground. So I have already interfaced second LED. Then now I will interface switch now. So for example, so second switch I will connect it to the third pin on Arduino board. Okay, and another pin must be connected to the VCC. Okay, we already connected VCC here. Okay, this is the connection. So now we'll move forward to the coding. So this is the previous coding. Okay, this is the code for a single switch interfacing. Okay, so now we have to add one more push button, so that is hooked up with the third pin. So the first step is we have to make this pin as an input. So that's why I will use pin mode function register and make it the third pin as an input. Okay, so this is the function, so just copy and paste one more time, so then we'll easily modify the numbers. Otherwise, so most of the people will use this kind of structure, okay, like this. Okay, so but don't use this kind of structure, because so just read the status of the pins at the start of your code, so that is very easy for the reading. Okay, so that's why so just I will make different just simple modification here. Just remove the digital read statement here and then place at the top. Okay, so then change the variable name. Okay, so here there is two input devices, so that's why we have to take two different variables. Okay, so state 1 I will take state and state 2. Okay, and here we also change the pin number, so I will change the pin number 3. Okay, and then here we have to make the variable as state 2, and okay, here remove this one. Okay, so one if for first LED and second if for second LED. Okay, so make the modification here also, change 13 to 12. Okay, so just we are reading the information from switch 1 and switch 2, and we'll do the particular operation, the particular switch information. Just I'll start the simulation here. So now assume, so this switch will control the red LED and this switch will control the orange LED. Okay, so now I'll press this second push button, so you can see here, so it will control the particular LED. Okay, and then here, so it will control red LED. So this both works fine. Okay, so we can also, similar to the previous example, so we can also control one more LED for single switch. Okay, so if I press this push button, you can turn on one LED, and if it is released, so you can also turn off another LED also. So like that we can also do that. Okay, so this is the multiple switch interfacing. So anybody have doubts about this or regarding this program? Other doubts is here. So we'll use two LEDs and two push buttons. Okay, so these two LEDs will act as an output device and these two push button will act as an input device. So just remember the pin configuration. The push button switch 1 and switch 2 will connected to the or coupled with the pin number 2 and 3rd, and these two LEDs are coupled with pin number 12 and 13 respectively, right? So first step is what? While coding we have to remember, the first step is to declare the pin status, so whether it will act as an input or output. So here you are made so this particular second pin and third pin as an input, because these two pins are coupled with the push buttons. So the two LEDs are coupled with the 12 and 13. So this 12 and 13 we are made as an output pin. So this is the initialization part. Now, so at the start, so we have to read the status of the particular pin at the same time. So here, so we will read the status of the switch 1 and we'll read status of the switch 2. Okay, and we are storing this current data or current value to the variable called state 1 and state 2 for respective LED switch 1 and the switch 2. Okay, so based on this information we will go for the particular operation, because so here we already seen that the first switch will control the red LED, so and second switch will control the orange LED. So means, so orange LED will be coupled with the 12 pin, so that is nothing but switch 2 will control that is nothing but, so pin number 3 will control pin number 12 and pin number 2 will control pin number 13, right? So based on this combination we are written the code. So if the state equal to high, the push button 1 is pressed, so then we have to turn on first LED, so we are written here. And if it is not, then we are turning off the LED. So similar to the second case also. So if the push button or switch 2 is pressed, so then we are turning on the second LED, so that is orange LED. If it is not, then we are turning off the LED. So this is the simple code. So my requirement is to turn on LED, so based on the push button. So now the requirement is changed. So when I will press this push button continuously for 4 times, so then only I need to turn on the LED. So when this push button is pressed continuously 2 times, so then it is the LED should be turned off. So this process goes on repeating, right? So that is very important. So now, so here the point is, so you can see the code here. So what I did here, so just if it is you are reading only 2 values, right? So whether push button is pressed or not, so that is nothing but you are reading only high or low level logic. So here also using this high and low level logic, so we can build the counter. Okay, so we have to build a counter variable here. So using with the help of the counter variable, so we can achieve this kind of requirement. Okay, so for that purpose we have to take external variable. So using external variable, so that variable act as a counter. So we have to make that variable act as a counter. So then according to our requirement, so then you can easily go for the particular operation, right? So here, so I will remove all this if and else part. Okay, so now, so just you are reading the status of the particular pin, right? So this is the reading the particular pin. Again I will also remove this part also. Okay, okay, so now, so just I am reading the status of the particular pin. Then so I will take an external variable called counter. Okay, count. So just assume here, so when I press first time, it has to increment by 1. So then I will press this push button. So this time that variable should be incremented by 1 with respect to the previous stored count, right? So then again I will press the push button 3rd times. So that variable should be able to increment the value. So this process keep on going, repeating. So while pressing this push button, so then only we can meet this kind of operation. Okay, so now, so that purpose I have taken int count variable. Okay, so I will initialize with the 0, right? So then, so what is the next step? For incrementing what we need to do? Okay, so just we need to do the small modification here. So what is the modification? If you press this push button, so it will be worked in the nanosecond, right? The your Arduino microcontroller will take time to execute one instruction in 62 nanoseconds. So that's why if I am pressing this push button for long, so it will count more than one. So then we will get a false result. So I will include the delay here. Okay, delay with a small amount of time. So let's say, so just I will take 200. Okay, so that is nothing but within 0.2 second. So we can press the push button. Okay, so then this. So we have the two types of declaration called a local variable and the global variable. Yeah, have you heard about the name local variable and global variable? ಹೇಳಿದಿರಾ?
Yes.
So ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we have to create a global variable instead of local variable. So now I'll create.
So screen is not shared.
So okay, fine. Okay, see the code once again. So I have created global variable. Okay. So now whenever we are pressing the push button, so it will the count will be incremented by 1. Okay, after that it will check the condition. Okay, if the count equal to 2 for the first time, so it's not true because you are pressing only one time, right? So it's not true, so it will go for the another if condition. Again it is also false statement, so then again it will continue to the loop. So when we are pressing the push button for second time, it will increment it by 1. Again it will go for the if condition, second if condition. So the condition is true, so then it will turn on the LED. So let's see it will use the result or not. First time, second time. So now you can see it is turned on. Okay, so see the program now. So it is in the count 2, so that's why you will get an LED on state. So now I will go for the 4 times, so then it will go for the turn off state. Okay, so now I will press 2 more time. So now I will press 1 time, so this is the 3rd time. Okay, and this is the 4th time. So now it is in the off state. Okay, so now, so if you want to turn on the LED, again we have to press for the 2 times, right? So now you can see it won't produce a correct result. So you can see now. Okay, just I will press this push button for 2 times again. So 1 time. Okay, so now I will press again. So now it has to give the output, right? Now it has to turn on the LED, but so you can see, so I will press push button for second time, it won't produce any output, it won't get, right? So what is the reason then? So you can see here I am pressing the push button, so it won't get any response. Okay, it won't. So you can see here, so I am pressing continuously. So now tell me